What's going on, Cage Thunder fight fans? I am Jake Digman, your master of ceremonies for Cage Thunder. It is my esteemed honor and privilege to be sitting here with undefeated professional heavyweight fighter Charlie the Reaper Cleveland. Charlie Cleveland, how are you doing, my friend, on this wonderful evening?
Yeah, I'm doing all good, all good, all is good.
It is a pleasure for me to sit here and have the opportunity to sit down and talk with you. Last time I was with you, we had shared, we were standing in the cage together, and we're going to touch on that here in a little bit. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you a little bit about what led up right before you and I had that conversation inside the cage. The absolutely vicious knockout, which is what you're becoming known for to fight fans around Ohio, especially Ohio and the Kentucky area. You took on a very game opponent with more experience as a professional in Mark Gordon, and you did what you do, man. You went in there and you had used through that head kick, first round under a minute knockout, man. What was going through your head when you went into the through your mind when you went into that fight, and how you took care of business so fast?
Uh, Going into the fight, I knew Mark Gordon was a good fighter. I knew he was quick on his feet. Um, I knew he was a gamed opponent, like you said. So in the fight, I actually just it's more instincts than just thinking through things. Usually, since I'm a southpaw, people try to get the outside position to land on me. So I noticed he was trying to do that, and I backed off a little bit. He started rotate the opposite way, and I just noticed how he was reacting to my left straight, and I just went off of that and threw the head kick when I thought it'd fit up in there.
Well, I mean, it was an impressive performance. Already a knockout of the year candidate, and we recently last year did the best knockouts in Cage Thunder history. If we were to redo that, I have a feeling yours would definitely be voted in the top five, if not number one. It was just so clean, and we saw the video that made the rounds of the that I think it's actually on the top pinned onto your Instagram page. If people want to saw it, we posted as soon as it went up there. Again, impressive performance. Now, did you, when you were going into that fight, did you switch training camps, or had you been with Demolition for a while?
No, yeah, I started with Demolition, and I been training there ever since.
Okay, that transitions me into my next question. Where did you grow up at?
In East Chicago, Indiana.
Okay, so how does one go from, you said it's at East Chicago, Indiana?
Yes, sir.
How does one go from East Chicago, Indiana to Demolition Fight Team? How did your journey into mixed martial arts? How did that come to be?
So I went to college in a town right next to Findlay in Fostoria. That's what Demolition is based out of, and it's called Tiffin. I went to Tiffin University. I played football there a couple of years. Well, my whole college career, I graduated from Tiffin University, and after I was done with football, I gave the NFL draft a shot. I didn't make it through there because I played D end in college, but they wanted me to switch to middle linebacker. I had no film, so that kind of fell by wayside. And after that, me and my ex girlfriend now we was watching MMA, and I was telling her how much I want to do it. And then the next day, she looked up an MMA gym, and we just went there. I loved it, and I just kept doing it ever since because I'm a kind of natural fighter, so it wasn't hard for me to pick up.
So you had no martial arts background before you started training there, then?
No, I didn't wrestle. I didn't do anything like that. No.
Oh, that's impressive, man, because you have come up like really quickly all of a sudden. I don't know. I want to say out of nowhere, but you kind of did. You popped up on the scene, and now all of a sudden, you're one of, when people talk about, the best pro heavyweights in this area, you're on everybody's list. You absolutely have to be coming into this fight at 2-0, looking up with another big opponent. And I want to transition back to the last time you and I were in the cage together. You were talking about, you said yourself that you wanted RJ Harris. You saw him in the building that night and said, "Hey, let's make this happen." And it's happening on Saturday, June 7th. You're taking on RJ Harris. What was going through your mind in that moment? What made you decide, hey, you know what? I want to take on this big boy and see the next one in line. What
Yeah.
talk to us about that?
So RJ Harris, he's just a great fighter. I mean, I always want to fight good fights. I don't like how people cherry pick fights in MMA and you look at their record, everybody's 0-1 and 0-4, and they got 6 wins straight off of that. So I don't want to be that type of guy.
I
And
respect
I
that,
just
sir.
yeah, for sure. So I mean, I just want to fight the best competition around, and I know RJ is one of the best heavyweights in Ohio. I trained with one of his guys, Matt Adams, before. I know they trained at the same gym. You know Matt Adams?
Bad Matt Adams, yeah, sure do.
Yes, sir. So I trained with Matt Adams a time or two. So he was saying that he trained with RJ and stuff, and he actually made like the suggestion that I should call him out because I was trying to hook up a fight with him for a while now, and so yeah, I just took his suggestion and called him out, and he accepted this time. And hey, June 7th, it should be some fireworks.
Man, I gotta tell you, I'm fortunate. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've seen hundreds, if not 1,000 fights at this point. And when one comes up, one comes up, and they send it to me. And when they sent me that poster of you and RJ, and with the idea of it like almost like a monster movie, I just got super excited. The fan in me came out, and I'm like, oh man, the Reaper and the Hammer. This is gonna be something, that is just gonna be absolutely explosive and exciting for fans to see. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I don't see this one going 3 rounds. I made that prediction about your last fight, and you proved it didn't go 3 rounds. The one thing I got to ask you about going into this with a guy the size of RJ Harris, who I'm pretty sure cuts to get to 265. He is a big guy. How does one simulate something like that in your training to go up against somebody who is such a freakishly large opponent?
Uh, So basically, you just got to go against the taller guys, the longer guys, and our gym. I mean, I don't got nobody that's 6'6", 280, that exactly mimic RJ. But I got guys with that's about 6'4". They got longer arms, and I'm thinking, RJ, he's an athletic guy. He got quick hands, but I'm fighting guys who's 6'4", but they're only like 180. So I say that they got a little faster hands than RJ. So uh they give me a good look for like head movement and stuff like that. And I know like I think he's a pretty smart fighter, so he's gonna try to take the outside. So I'm preparing for that. And whatever when you're a fighter, you'll never get the exact read that you're looking for in a fight camp unless you got the money to pay somebody to come in. But at the end of the day, it's just you gotta know yourself and fight smart.
And you definitely fight smart. I can say that in the fights I've seen you personally, and obviously your undefeated record as an amateur and as a pro so far has shown you are a very, very smart fighter. And it makes sense. You mentioned, you're graduating from Tiffin University out there, so and you're also one of the most. You're a very exciting fighter to watch. What is your long term goals for the sport? What are you looking UFC? You looking to make this your full time career?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now I'm working a full-time job, night shifts. That's a grind going from a night shift straight into practice in the morning. So I'd love if I could just fight full time. And of course, if you're doing MMA, the ultimate goal is the UFC for anybody, I think, in the world doing MMA. So yeah, I definitely want to try to get on Dana White Contender Series or in the UFC somehow eventually. And yeah, that's definitely the goal.
Well, we got you have before we can get there. You got a big obstacle coming up here on June 7th. What can fight fans expect from this one, man?
Uh, Going into a fight, you never know what's gonna happen, but I can guarantee both of us are game fighters, so it's gonna be some fireworks. It's gonna be a very exciting fight. That's my prediction.
And you know what? I'm going to agree with your prediction 100%. Charlie, what I like to ask everybody this just to kind of change things up a little bit. What is one interesting fact about Charlie the Reaper Cleveland that would surprise fight fans to know?
Um, well, like you said, I got a college degree, but other than that, I'm a artist. I do everything. I paint, I customize shoes. I used to tattoo for a minute back in the day in college. Anything that's art, I can pretty much do it.
A true Renaissance man, as it were.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty cool. Maybe you'll show some of your work you've done. We'll get some word out there, and you could be you are literally a mixed martial artist. That is pretty
Yes,
awesome.
sir. Yes,
That
sir.
is that is that is pretty cool. Well, I'm excited to see your fight happen. This is one of those ones. It is on a stacked card of incredible fights. Yours has the chance to steal the show again and be a performance of the night. Is there anybody out there that you would like to thank that has helped you prepare for this? Any sponsors, anybody, any teammates, coaches, anybody out there, loved ones that you would like to thank that are helping you as you prepare for this battle?
Yeah, just my guys at Demolition Fight Team. They always there for me, always give me the best looks. My boy Gage Cook, Dylan Bucker, um, Coach Gary, of course. Um, I, I like to take my mom and my dad always supporting, you know what I mean? That means everything. And our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And that's about it. Yeah.
And how can any fans of yours how can they follow you on the socials?
Yep. So on every social, my tag is my name, Charlo Cleveland. So not Charlie with an IE, Charlo with an O. And you'll find me. I'll be right there. Charlo the Reaper Cleveland.
Do you want to go by Charlo or is it Charlie?
Everybody call me Charlo. That's my nickname, but Charlie is cool. You know, that's my birth name, so I ain't got no problem with it.
I got it. My name's Jake. Anybody, but I can tell people how they know me from my actual birth. My legal name is Jennings, but the only people who
Yeah.
usually call me that is my mom when she was upset with me as a kid. Everyone else always just called me Jake. So, but
Cool.
it's fun. But it's fun. Um, Charlie, it's been a pleasure to sit down and talk with you here tonight. Looking forward to seeing you compete upcoming at it is Cage Thunder 32 on Saturday, June 7th from the Canton Civic Center in Canton, Ohio. Tickets are available right now at cagethundermma.com. You click the link, it'll take you to the Ticketmaster page. If you like the interview, type in the word Charlo there to give Charlie Cleveland some credit to give him credit for the fight. Type his fighter code. That is your fighter code, correct? It is your first name,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yep. Type in Charlo in the center box where it says right in the center of the page. Give Charlie Cleveland some credit, and man, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight. You was exciting last time. I know you're going to bring it this time, and I'm excited to see this one happen. And you're a great guy and a class act of the sport. And it's an honor to have you as a representative for Cage Thunder for us. Any last words out there for all the fight fans?
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. And yeah, like you said, go grab those tickets, make it out if you can. If you can't make it out, stream the fight. I appreciate Cage Thunder for having me back.
And you can stream the fight. The link is on our website. The only way you can stream it is available through Combat Sports Now. That is Combat Sports Now. The link is available at cagethundermma.com. Once again, that is cagethundermma.com. Charlie Cleveland, always a pleasure, sir. Looking forward to seeing you coming up here on June 7th. You have a great night.
Yes, sir. You too.